Imagine waking up to discover that $2,400 is silently slipping through your fingers, money that was meant to be yours, money that could make the difference between a comfortable retirement and constant financial stress. This isn't some theoretical scenario or clickbait headline. It's happening right now to millions of Americans who are about to miss out on a critical Social Security bonus that the government has recently approved. But here's the twist: most people don't even know this money exists, and even fewer understand the narrow window of opportunity they have to claim it. What's even more shocking is that this benefit isn't some complex loophole or risky scheme. It's a legitimate federal provision that was designed specifically to help retirees cope with the rising cost of living. Yet, due to a perfect storm of confusing regulations, poor communication, and strict deadlines, countless eligible Americans are about to let this money slip away forever. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly what this bonus is, who qualifies, and most importantly, the simple steps you need to take before it's too late. But before we dive deep into this crucial information that could change your retirement future, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Now, let's get straight to the heart of this $2,400 Social Security bonus that's causing such a stir in retirement planning circles. This provision, which was quietly included in recent federal regulations, is essentially a catch-up payment designed to help offset the impact of inflation on retirement benefits. But here's where it gets interesting and why so many people are at risk of missing out. The qualification requirements are surprisingly straightforward, but the application process has to be initiated within a specific time frame that's rapidly closing. Think about it this way: imagine you've been diligently saving for retirement your entire working life, making all the right moves, following all the rules. You've planned everything carefully, counting on your Social Security benefits to provide a stable foundation for your golden years. But what if I told you that the benefits you're currently receiving or planning to receive might be significantly less than what you're actually entitled to? This $2,400 bonus isn't just extra money, it's money that was always meant to be part of your retirement safety net. But due to various bureaucratic complications and outdated calculation methods, it hasn't been properly accounted for in standard benefit computations. The story behind this bonus actually begins several years ago, when analysis of Social Security payment data revealed a disturbing trend. A significant number of retirees, particularly those who had worked in multiple jobs throughout their careers or had gaps in their employment history, were receiving benefits that didn't accurately reflect their lifetime contributions to the system. The government's solution was to implement this adjustment bonus, but they did so in a way that requires proactive action from beneficiaries. Let me break down exactly who qualifies for this bonus, because this is where many people mistakenly count themselves out. If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits, or if you're planning to claim them within the next 2 years, you need to pay very close attention. The primary qualification factors include your age, your total working years, and your average lifetime earnings. But here's something crucial that many people don't realize: even if you think you don't qualify based on one of these factors, there are several exceptions and special provisions that might still make you eligible. For instance, let's take Sarah, a retired teacher from Ohio who initially thought she wouldn't qualify because of her state pension. She almost didn't bother checking her eligibility, but when she did, she discovered that a specific provision for educators made her eligible for the full $2,400 bonus. Or consider James, a former small business owner from Florida, who assumed his irregular income history would disqualify him. He was wrong. The bonus program actually has special considerations for self-employed individuals that made him eligible for the complete amount. But here's where things get urgent, and why I'm making this video now instead of waiting. The window for claiming this bonus is closing fast. The federal regulation includes a sunset provision that many people aren't aware of. Once this deadline passes, even if you're fully qualified, you won't be able to claim this money. It will simply go back into the general Social Security fund, forever out of reach for those who missed the boat. You might be wondering why you haven't heard about this bonus on the evening news or seen it splashed across headlines. The answer reveals a frustrating reality about how retirement benefit information is communicated in our country. The Social Security Administration, while doing its best with limited resources, simply doesn't have the capacity to personally notify every potential qualifier. They've published the information on their website and in various official documents, but let's be honest, how many of us regularly check the Federal Register or parse through complex government websites? This communication gap is exactly why so many retirees miss out on benefits they're entitled to, and it's why this channel exists to bridge that gap and make sure you have the information you need to secure your financial future. But knowing about the bonus is only the first step. What's crucial is understanding exactly how to claim it, and this is where many people run into trouble. The application process itself isn't particularly complicated, but it does require specific documentation and must be completed in a certain order. The first step is to verify your eligibility, which can be done through the Social Security Administration's website or by calling their office directly. However, and this is important, don't just call the general helpline and ask about the bonus. You need to reference specific provisions and use the correct terminology, or you might be told incorrectly that you don't qualify. Let me give you the exact language you need to use when inquiring about this bonus. You'll want to reference the 2024 benefit recalculation adjustment specifically. This precise terminology is crucial because it directs the Social Security representative to the correct set of provisions and ensures your inquiry is properly handled. It's also important to have certain documents ready before you make this call: your Social Security statement, tax returns from the past 5 years, and any W-2s or 1099s from your working years. But here's something vital that many people miss. Before you start the official application process, there's a preliminary step you should take that can significantly increase your chances of approval. You should request and review your complete earnings record from the Social Security Administration. Why? Because studies have shown that roughly 1 in 3 Social Security records contains at least one error, and identifying and correcting these errors could not only qualify you for the bonus but potentially increase your regular benefits as well. Now, let's talk about timing, because this is absolutely crucial. The regulation specifies that applications must be processed before the end of the fiscal year. But here's what they don't tell you prominently: the processing time itself can take several months. This means that even though the deadline might seem far away, you actually need to start the process much sooner to ensure your application is completed in time. Waiting until the last minute is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. I've seen countless comments on my previous videos from viewers who waited too long to act on similar opportunities, and their stories are heartbreaking. Don't let yourself become one of those cautionary tales. The $2,400 bonus might not seem like a life-changing amount at first glance, but when you consider that it's tax-free and can be combined with other benefit optimizations, its real value becomes clear. Think about what an extra $2,400 could mean for your retirement. For many people, that's several months of utility bills, a significant portion of their annual healthcare costs, or a safety net for unexpected expenses. In today's economy, with inflation affecting everything from grocery prices to medical costs, every dollar of retirement income matters more than ever. But there's another aspect of this bonus that isn't immediately obvious, and it's something that makes claiming it even more important. The $2,400 amount isn't just a one-time payment in many cases. It can affect your benefit calculations going forward, potentially increasing your monthly payments for the rest of your life. This compounding effect means the real value of claiming this bonus could be significantly higher than the initial amount. Let me share a real-world example that illustrates just how significant this can be. Margaret, a retired nurse from Texas, initially hesitated to apply for the bonus because she thought the process would be too complicated. When she finally did, not only did she receive the $2,400 bonus, but the review process revealed she was eligible for additional adjustments that increased her monthly benefits by $175. Over the course of her retirement, these combined increases will add up to tens of thousands of dollars in additional benefits. Now, I know some of you watching might be thinking that this sounds too good to be true, or that there must be a catch. I understand the skepticism in today's world. We're all rightfully wary of anything that promises free money. But this isn't a scam or a gimmick, it's a legitimate government program designed to correct inequities in the Social Security system. The only catch is that you need to be proactive about claiming what you're entitled to. Let me address another common concern that comes up in the comments of my videos: what if I apply and get rejected? This is a valid worry. But here's the important thing to understand: applying for this bonus cannot negatively affect your current benefits. The worst that can happen is that your application is denied. There's no risk of losing or reducing your existing benefits by applying. In fact, many people who initially get denied end up qualifying after appealing or providing additional documentation. This brings me to another crucial point that you need to understand about the application process. If you're married, divorced, or widowed, there are special provisions that might affect your eligibility. In some cases, you might qualify based on your spouse's work history, even if you wouldn't qualify based on your own. This is particularly important for women who spent years out of the workforce raising children or caring for family members. The Social Security Administration has actually created special guidelines for these situations, but they're not widely publicized. For example, if you're widowed and your deceased spouse would have qualified for the bonus, you might be eligible to claim it even if you never worked outside the home. Similarly, if you're divorced but were married for at least 10 years, you might be able to qualify based on your ex-spouse's work history. Let's talk about some practical steps you can take right now to start this process. First, gather your essential documents: your Social Security card, birth certificate, tax returns for the past 5 years, and any W-2s or 1099s you can find from your working years. Having these ready will speed up the process significantly. Next, create an online account at the Social Security Administration's website if you haven't already. This will give you access to your earnings record and make it easier to track your application's progress. But here's a vital tip that could save you hours of frustration. Before you submit anything officially, take time to review every document carefully. Common errors like misspelled names, incorrect dates, or transposed numbers can delay your application by weeks or even months. It's worth taking an extra hour to double-check everything rather than having to restart the process later. I want to address something that many viewers have asked about in previous videos: what if I need help with this process? This is a perfectly reasonable question, and there are several resources available. The Social Security Administration offers free assistance, but their representatives are often overwhelmed with requests. You might want to consider working with a qualified Social Security advisor or financial planner who specializes in retirement benefits. Yes, this might involve some upfront cost, but if it helps you secure the full $2,400 bonus plus potential additional benefits, it could be well worth the investment. As we wrap up this discussion, let me emphasize the key points one more time. This $2,400 Social Security bonus is legitimate, but time-sensitive. The qualification requirements are broader than many people realize, and the application process, while not overly complex, does require attention to detail and proper documentation. The biggest risk isn't in applying, it's in not applying and missing out on benefits you've earned. Before I close, I want to hear from you. Have you heard about this bonus before? Are you planning to apply? Do you have questions about your specific situation? Drop a comment below and let's start a discussion. Your questions and experiences might help other viewers in similar situations. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates on retirement benefits and financial opportunities that could improve your financial security. Remember, knowledge is power, but only if you act on it. Don't let this opportunity slip away because you waited too long or assumed you wouldn't qualify. Take the first step today by gathering your documents and starting the verification process. Your future self will thank you for it.